to this week's Everchosen. Sorry, we're a bit late. Some of us had audio issues. Chris.
Not pointing any fingers.
Don't like to point fingers and name names, but Chris.
No.
Wait, Chris, are you? I hope you're faking that, because I don't want to deal with this shit if you're not.
Just to check, speaking of sound, is the sound transmitting?
The sound is transmitting. I may have missed the first syllable of hello, but
that's fine. Hello's really not.
No, behold.
Enough rambling, guys. Come on.
Anyway, yes, welcome.
Hello, welcome, Everchosen. This week, that is what you are watching. Announcements
Matt. Going on. I think the only announcements we've got going are our upcoming streams. So we have our GM's chat on Sunday, every Sunday, so you can come along and check us out on that. I believe, I'm not sure if it's this week or not, but we are also going to be having a new stream starting. Oh, excuse me, I just hiccuped and burped at the same time, and that was very unpleasant. Yes, we have a new stream which will be starting, which will be hosted by our very own Sarah and our good friend Sam Kerry, who are going to be doing a show called Behind the GM Screen, a kind of follow-up to a stream that we had attempted previously that kind of fell a bit flat, but we're revamping it and redoing the whole thing, and they're going to take over hosting that, so it's going to be an interesting time. And then on Tuesday we have our yet to be named stream, which we run every other week in opposition to our Homebrew Lab stream, which is every other Tuesday. But this Tuesday we've got our unnamed stream where we just play games and hang out and have a good time, where myself and Sarah, possibly Ted, and I believe Fee will be jumping into some Phasmophobia, which we have streamed before on here, but I have fixed some issues with my computer, which I'm hoping will make it a lot less of laggy when we come to stream it. But other than that, I don't think we have any big announcements at the moment. We are Wayfarer's League. For those who are new and haven't seen us before, you can find us over at wayfarersleague.com. There are links on our website to our Discord, to our Twitch and YouTube, to our merch store, where you can get wonderful things like this t-shirt. And if you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow, and please feel free to subscribe to our Twitch channel. We are currently working towards our next stretch goal on Twitch, which is to get to 20 subscribers. And if we do that, we are going to do a special one-off live stream one-shot, which is going to be very exciting. We also have plans to do a special Halloween one-shot stream, which we're still working out the details for. I imagine we're going to have a bit of fun kind of like coming up with what we're going to do, but we are going to be playing Dread, which is a great fun system and a lot of fun to play. So definitely come check that one out. That will be somewhere around Halloween. Details will be announced a bit closer to the time. But I think that's pretty much everything.
Yes. Lovely. Well, with that, let's jump into tonight's game.
Oh, and we're all level 8 now, because that happened after the stream finished.
Oh yeah,
last week.
Yeah. And rich.
After the stream, you guys did all level up.
Yeah.
So you are now all level 8.
Yeah.
And that was last time out. What else happened last time was you made your way deeper into the mine that the Children of Four, this cult that you have been investigating and following for some time now, have been using as a base of operations. You bypassed a wall of force that seemed to have a riddle password linked to it, and traversed a corridor that had a floor trap. And you found yourselves in a large central chamber. Off this chamber was an old mine shaft. the chamber itself having been used as a sort of the first proper base that you've actually seen used by this cult. But off it was another part of the mine abandoned, and a large central cavern. At one end of this chamber, this cavern, standing by a strange black stone archway, was a familiar demon form, the form of Kalth the Wicked, a rock demon that looked like he had changed his form somehow, something bigger, a lot more menacing. Standing next to him was a figure you all recognized, that of Lord Fabius Aurelia, who you last saw in the city of Riss, trying to fight his way out of a trial by combat before vanishing. And they seemed to be performing some kind of ritual, the details of which you weren't sure of. You fought and defeated both Kalth and Lord Aurelia and stopped their ritual. In doing so, you discovered a map of the Northern Kingdoms with strange marks on certain locations, that being the town of Colton, where you are currently residing, the city of Novigrad, the capital of Bol, the city of Ironwood, the city of Blackrock as well. You also found a substantial amount of gold buried on a lot of the bodies that lie on the floor of this chamber. And that is where we left off. I mean, we'll pick back up with Hubert, actually. During the battle, Hubert fell unconscious. And Hubert, as your vision darkens, your consciousness leaves you, and you can hear the sound of your friends continuing the fight, fading in the distance. You hear the voice of the daughter once again coming to you. You've done well to stand up to the face of the enemy, defend your friends in times of need, all while fighting the rage within you. You've come so far since my gaze was first drawn to you. I feel you still have a long road ahead of you, though, on your path to healing. You still have more to give. But I think it's about time you had a little help. That you had a win, shall we say. And you feel a gentle summer breeze. Smell the flowers, the trees. Way off in the distance, the smells of a festival. Food, beer. As this breeze comes to you, you sense the fog that's clouded your mind since well, all your life really, kind of clears a little bit. You don't feel as hazy as you once did. And as you kind of begin to open your eyes and come round, staring up at the faces of your friends as they kind of peer over you, concerned, you see the world a little clearer. You don't understand it as you kind of understand it as well as you always have done in that simple way, but they just seem clearer, as if you're a little wiser to the way things are. To the rest of you, Hubert comes round after 10 minutes or so after you've kind of finished stabilizing him and he's no longer dying. Those of you that were gathering up and searching the bodies, we finished that. Marina, you were doing an identify on the archway.
Yep.
And it finishes at about the same time, and it comes to you that this archway is something known as a divine lock. An ancient artifact used to... its purpose is too grand for the kind of identify spell to properly tell you, but you at least get its name.
Okay. Oh, buddy, you're up. Are you okay? Oh, KT, you've gone quiet.
Yeah. Hubert, okay.
Okay.
Hubert head hurt.
Do you need some water or something?
Water good.
Alright. Marina will hand over a water skin to Hubert. Said, okay. This thing here is called a divine lock. I don't really know exactly what it's meant to do. It's very powerful. I'm guessing it's meant to lock something away. And considering a lot of the stuff that we've seen and has happened, I can't imagine it being a good thing that they're unlocking these things.
Is it freestanding in the room? Like, is it an art that if you looked around the back of it, it's just standing there?
Yeah, it's a freestanding arch.
Well, we can sure as hell have a go at making sure they can't use it again.
I think they've already used it.
We destroy, they no use again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to destroy it. I don't think it will make a difference, though. Before he died, Calf said that it was on the first lock was unlocked. So.
Oh.
And I detect planar portal.
You can do. You sense the remnants of a planar portal. There isn't one here now. There isn't one within a mile of you. But there are the fading remnants of one in the center of this arch.
So did they actually have it open? when they were
They
prepared.
Well, whilst we were fighting, Calf was doing something with this thing, and then he said he had unlocked it before he died. So I think whatever we do to this one, unless we can find a way to actually lock it again, I don't think there's any point in destroying it. In fact, if anything, destroying it might be a bad idea. Because if we find a way to lock it again, destroying it might make it so that we can't. Because he said it was the first one, so there must be more of these things.
I'm guessing at the list of places we've got.
Maybe. There may be some more of them in those places.
That map thing.
The map thing?
Yeah, didn't we find a map with
You did.
symbols on the other?
Yeah, you
the
found
cities?
you found a fairly not super detailed map of the northern kingdoms with sort of points like marks on four.
That was
four.
right. Yeah. So the map. So does our location appear on the map as one of these?
It does.
Oh.
Yeah, that you can. I mean, they're named as well. So the four marks are on Colton, where you are.
Novigrad.
Yeah, Novigrad, Ironwood, and Blackrock.
Yeah. So I
I do
think
like their symbolism and four. It's like children of four, four locks.
yeah.
Once it's in the name, you kind of have to run with the theme a bit.
Yeah.
I imagine the name's probably a reaction to the situation. Okay, so I think these four places here, I think these are definitely maybe should be the priority now then, to prevent them from unlocking any more of these. And if we had to start somewhere, I'd say maybe Novigrad.
Yay!
I might. It's been a while, and I don't know how. If Master Tafrant is still, pissed off at me, but I might be able to ask him to send Seth down here to teleport us there again, like he did last time. And then if we can teleport there, that saves us a lot of travel.
Does.
Question, just doing a head count on the bad guys. So we found Aurelia, we found Kelth the idiot. Did we ever find Lord Vera?
No, he came in here, but
And
he-
just vanished, right?
just
I'm
vanished,
not imagining that. Well, great.
oh,
At least there's, 2 less people wanting to kill us.
No, that's still math in the right direction, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying
I've
Vera
just-
is now unaccounted for. Maybe he
I'm
and
gonna
Aurelia
go
are the
around-
same person.
Check the other bodies and see if there's anyone recognisable, any sort of, like, just common folk, or is there any?
Remind me again, which one of you have actually seen Aurelia? Sorry, not Aurelia. You've all seen Aurelia. You
Yeah.
killed him. Vera.
We all followed him, didn't
You
Yeah.
all yeah, that's right. You all followed him.
yeah.
Most of the bodies look like common folk. There are one or two that look like the black armored hired mercenaries. And as you're kind of looking among the bodies, the one closest to the portal, the freshest of the bodies, is Lord Francis Vera.
Oh, that
Is-
answers that.
Found him.
You didn't recognize him at first, as he's been partly skinned.
Oh,
That's dark.
Well,
oh
we think we
god.
had a bad
Oh
day.
no.
Look at that. Part of his skin's been peeled off.
John,
That's
shut up, please. I'm going to be sick.
Hey, at least he's dead. Dead people don't usually try and kill you.
You've
Usually.
obviously never come up against a necromancy specialist.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep it that way, thanks.
Cool. I need to take my mind off of this. Maris, you've got the bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Can you can you give me that sword that we got off the creepy dude in the warehouse?
We have a sword.
Yeah, we picked up his sword. It had
Oh,
some...
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that none of us could lift except you guys.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna
Big and bigger.
like just take that far away from the skinned body and do an identify on it.
Okay. You spend 10 minutes identifying the sword. It is a demon blade. It's unmagical. It has no magical properties, but it is a blade forged in the immaterial.
Okay, but otherwise it's just like a normal greatsword.
Otherwise, it is just it's still, if you were to attack something with it that has a resistance to non-magical effects, this would bypass it due to the nature of it being a demon blade. But apart from that, it has no magical properties. It is just essentially it is a standard greatsword.
Well, this is awful. I was... God. I think maybe we just douse this thing in holy water and be done with it.
Could sell it.
Why can't we use it?
I don't think... Well, I mean, we could sell it. I think the only person who could effectively use this is Hubert, and I'm pretty sure Hubert doesn't want a demon sword.
Have you asked him?
I mean, Hubert, would you like a demon sword?
Hubert need no sword. Hubert have axe.
Cool. Good.
So his
What does that
objection
question
is to the
say,
sword
Hubert?
part. Let me just clarify. You're objecting to the fact that it's a sword, not the fact that it's forged by fucking demons. Good
Hubert
to know.
use axe.
So
You
if
want
it's
us
a
to
demon
find
axe,
you a
it's
Give
demon
me his
axe?
axe.
No, let's not worry about demon weapons, okay? If anything, like, something nicer, you know? We got all this money now. Hubert, we could get you, like, a really nice axe.
What wrong with Hubert's axe?
Nothing, but you could get, like, a magical axe that does, you know, it would do cool things.
Or if you like
What?
axe,
Like-
you could add magic to it.
Like fly?
Could potentially get you an axe that would allow you to fly.
I mean,
Not
I
me
could
fly. Axe fly.
Oh, you want an axe that can fly?
Why?
Does my magic
Why
work
do you
on axes?
Hubert's
What?
10-year-old brain. Can my axe fly? Is it-
Tell me you wouldn't want a flying axe. I would want a flying axe.
We could make... I'm pretty sure we could find an enchanter who could... or Kez, you've been doing some enchanting stuff as well. Like, maybe we could find a way
So
to...
far, I'm struggling to make a rock that can repeat after me.
Cool.
But I'm
we can-
working on it.
Maybe we can find
So-
an enchanter then who could...
Don't give it to Kez, though, because I feel it's no offense, Kez, but you might kill us all by accident with a
Hey,
flying axe that's out of
although-
control.
I do feel like I've gotten remarkably more intelligent in the last few minutes. No idea
You
how
know,
that
me
happened.
too.
You know what? Me too. I feel like I could have like more health somehow in the last few minutes. No idea where that's come from.
Oh, and I've just learned some new magic somehow. It must have, you know.
Yes,
Entered into
yes,
my
all
brain
right,
while I was
all right.
Alright, the meta
Alright.
joke.
I'm sorry, but it's funny.
But we
No,
could
the
totally...
the
we
meta
could-
jokes are funny.
We could definitely find an enchanter who could make your axe like fly. Like you could maybe like throw it and it would fly around and then come back to you.
That'd be cool.
That I'd like
What?
to see.
Why Hubert need throw axe? Hubert has hand axes
Yeah,
for throwing.
Hubert, buddy,
I
I'm
like
trying
the
to-
idea that Hubert literally wants an axe that will just float next to him.
It doesn't
He
have
doesn't
to
have to
carry
carry
it.
it. Yeah, he doesn't have to carry it. It just follows him.
I think at this point Marina's just going to try and steal the axe, get it enchanted, and sneak it back to Hubert before he realizes.
Make Hubert's axe sentient.
Oh god, no.
No.
Oh no!
What are you?
That axe.
Are you mad? Although,
That's how we all die.
Hubert, on the subject of money, I know that's one of your favourite things to distribute. While you were out, we uncovered quite a bit, enough to have quite a bit each. Would you like us to look after that for you? Or are you happy?
Why are you asking him? Just keep it. Don't tell
It's
him.
on the condition that you don't give all of it away immediately to someone.
I think. I
Can
think.
we give you a daily allowance? Would that be fair?
Hubert is a 10-year-old.
Every day
Pay
you
a
get
bank.
some money.
Hubert has to withdraw from one of us.
Hubert, no care for money.
Okay.
But Hubert, see you care.
We want you to be comfortable and safe and to do things with your money that better you and not just
Other people.
other people that
Greedy
are probably not
priests.
respecting of your wishes.
How many monies?
Lots of monies. Similar, much money. Much
Enough
money.
to buy an orphan house?
Free. Stop.
Harris treads on for his foot.
Okay. Ow. Just making a joke.
Hubert okay with Maris holding Hubert money.
It's your money. It's here if you need it.
Hubert no need money really.
There'll be times when you will, and it's always here.
How much was it? I know I put it in. I think Hubert was only
1400.
carrying 200 yet.
Yes.
So I guess take Hubert's 1400.
I will put it as a separate inventory item in my thing, so I'll just deduct from that when you want to use it.
Well, he's carrying 200. I suppose that's safe. Because if he wants to use 200 gold to feed some orphans, like that's just 200 gold. But like
Yeah.
him carrying around 1600 gold, this may not be smart. But he may have gotten wiser financially as well.
Well, we'll find that out. Okay, that's me done. Right, all right.
so with the things identified that you've identified, the everything looted, the plan of kind of getting out of here and then contacting Marina's Master Tavern and seeing if he is still pissed off with you guys for what Free nearly did. You begin to make your way back up the way you came. Which is relatively easy. As you reach the other side of the chamber with the wall of force, you see in the chamber itself torchlight, a lot of torchlight. and you see a group of about 10 guardsmen dressed in the blue and white of Lorien city guards. And along with them is a mossy green-furred furbolg, wearing the familiar grey-blue robes of office, those of a Chief Justice.
My dog's having a dream in the background.
Amazing.
Oh, dreaming doggos. You can just about make the look of confusion on the guards' faces as they are kind of presented with this wall of force, while the furbolg, which towers over all of them, has a rather annoyed look on her face, as if she does not like the fact that there is a hindrance to their progress.
Well, let's just see how long it takes them to get it, shall we, guys?
Frey, we're gonna get arrested.
Wouldn't be the first time, won't be the last.
We're not going to be arrested. It's all going to be fine.
We have the writ from the Queen. Maybe make sure that's handy. E. The letter E.
The wall shimmers and kind of fades, and as it does, the guards will kind of like stand and start pointing their spears towards you guys.
I hold out the
Hubert,
writ.
Hubert will ready his axe.
No, Hubert.
Okay.
Hubert,
No,
no, down, Hubert. We are investigators on behalf of the Queen.
I'm holding out the writ.
We have a writ here by her hand. We have been investigating demonic, infernal, and cultish activity, and we're led to this warehouse. If you go in there, you will see the remains of the demon and the cultist that we had just fought.
And we didn't kill all the rest of those people.
Yeah.
No, they
Just
were
putting it out there.
they were killed by the cultists. We are here on official business. You are welcome to check the writ.
The furbolg kind of like starts pushing guards aside and kind of snatches the writ out of Maris's hand and looks at it and kind of looks to you guys and looks down back at the writ. She goes, well, I'm glad any cultish activity has been disposed of within my fair city, though I would have preferred if you'd come and seen me first and let me know. That way, when I get reports of a band of mercenaries attacking and assaulting a warehouse seemingly belonging to the lord of the city and a strange red-skinned creature wielding a horrific sword.
Oh yeah, we killed that one. He was awful.
Yeah.
The Lord in question is one of the dead bodies back there. We did not kill him, the cultist did, though we do believe he was tied to the cult. We did not inform anyone of our presence here, as we did not have any idea who we can trust. There have been numerous cases in other places where we have been betrayed by people, and so we were acting on our own volition, and we were acting as if time were of the essence, as it very plainly was. But
we don't work for you.
Either way, whilst we would like to uphold standard protocol and inform officials of our business, it is not always detrimental to do so. In fact, sometimes it can be an impediment to our work, which, as you can imagine, is quite important.
Kind of hands you guys back the writ. Yes.
I apologize for
Yeah.
any offense that may have been caused.
No offense, just
Or any inconvenience or frustration. I understand your position.
yes. No offense, just inconvenience. And well, I always had a hunch Lord Vera was a bit rotten, and investigating him internally was proving slow, so I suppose I'm glad that you've expedited the process.
Yep.
Yep.
I would say if you are going to go in there and check, anyone who is of a queasy stomach might want to stay at the back. Because
Yeah, one of the guys doesn't have any skin. It's hilarious.
Oh, it's
love
Lord
it.
Vera as well.
Yeah, it's Lord Vera. Yeah. Someone peeled off his skin. It's brilliant.
Quite
it's
entertaining.
It's not a pretty
in
sight.
hindsight.
He kind of like cocks her head, looking down at you guys and goes, well, I'm sure the brave men and women of the city watch have iron stomachs. And she's kind of like gesturing for them to continue downwards. Is there anything else I should be?
The password to get in and out of that door is the letter E.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Anything I should know about what awaits my men down there?
There is the dead body of a Vrock demon, the dead body of a bunch of cultists.
A lot of dead, really.
There's a lot of dead things. There's also there is a structure down there, an archway of sorts. It is a divine lock. We are going to be doing more research into what that actually means, but I do ask that the lock has been unlocked by the demon. I do ask that no one disturb the structure or attempt to move it or break it, because if we can find a way to relock it, I want to ensure that nothing happens to the structure that would prevent us from doing so.
Funny hallway.
Yes.
That too.
Well, yes. The hallway it has traps on it. Only tread on the black. Is it the black squares?
Oh yeah, there was that, wasn't
Think
there?
so.
I forgot about that
Yeah, there
completely.
Well, it
It's
could
probably
have
the
been.
black, but try them all and find out.
So there's a bunch of squares. We trod on the black ones. All the other ones cause a dart to shoot at you. It will really ruin your day.
Well, we don't actually know that that's what all the rest of them do. We know that's what.
The
I
other-
mean,
one
the
of
other
them
ones could do something
do
completely
anything,
worse,
really.
but don't throw on the black squares.
The black
black-
squares
black
are
squares.
safe. That's all.
Hmm.
Yeah, the black squares are safe. The other ones might not be.
And this divine lock,
Yes.
it sounds serious. Am I going to have to divert resources to its protection?
It would probably be worth having. I don't know if you need to have something directly on it, maybe, but maybe having someone keeping watch at the entrance of this of the warehouse here to ensure no one unauthorized goes in.
I mean, the cult's already unlocked it, so surely
Sure, but
they're not
if
going to have
there's-
anything more to do with this place.
Sure, but if they feel a need to come back here, then it's probably good to keep it protected. I would say I don't want to tell you what to do. You're obviously a person of importance, but I would recommend maybe having some kind of additional security on this area.
Thank you. Your work for the city of Colton and the Kingdom of Loria is much appreciated.
Thank you. I think we're gonna go and have a rest because it was a kind of a big fight.
Yes. If I were you, I would ask that you stick around a while. I might have more questions for you. Though, with that royal writ, I can't force you to stay.
I imagine we all probably want to get some rest and maybe have a bit of R&R after that, and then there may be some shopping involved. I imagine either tomorrow or the day after we're probably going to be heading towards Novigrad. So if there are any other questions, I don't know if you can recommend any places that we might be able to stay that you can find us.
Well, the Merchant's Rest is the nicest place in town to sleep. If you're looking for a little bit of R&R, the Firefly Bathhouse is an excellent stopping spot. Its natural springs really cleanse the pores.
Okay.
And
Those both sound really great.
they do. And as I said, I might have further questions, so don't be surprised if you get a call.
Of course. If you need to, if for any particular reason we do have to leave prematurely, I don't know if you have access to someone who can cast a sending spell, but if so, you can contact me. My name is Marina Woodleaf of Novigrad, and I will happily answer what I can.
Thank you, Marina Woodleaf. I'm sure I will. My name is Chief Justice Minamir Yerden.
Chief Yerden, it is a pleasure to meet you, and I wish it had been under maybe more pleasant circumstances than the place that we find ourselves in, but if there is ways that we can be of assistance, then we will do what we can, provided it does not interfere with our investigation.
That is appreciated. She kind of smiles and turns her attention to the guards, which have kind of tentatively started to walk down the stairs. After mentioning kind of lots of bodies in a trapped corridor, they've kind of stopped halfway, and you hear this, Chief Justice Yerden kind of start shouting at them, and despite the fact that she's quite a furry, cuddly-looking furbolg, she does stand 8.5 feet tall and is quite an imposing presence when she needs to be. And she starts like shoving these quite burly men down the stairs, screaming about uselessness.
I liked her. She was much more reasonable than most of the people we meet. Also, surprising how much more confident I feel when we have a piece of signed writing from the Queen.
Yeah.
That being said, I think we need to go and find somewhere to just sit down for a bit.
Yes.
Anywhere that's not this place is fine by me.
Well, she said there was some like hot springs in the area, which sound quite nice, and then there was the Merchant's Rest, which is apparently like a really nice inn.
Yeah, so the Merchant's Rest is where you spent your previous night in Colton. It's the circular building. And yeah, she mentioned a place called the Firefly Hot Springs.
We're allowed to go
Firefly
into hot springs covered in blood.
Bathhouse.
They might frown upon that if we're literally covered in blood, all of us.
I imagine
Demon gore.
I imagine they'd have a facility where you could like wash yourself off before going into the hot spring. But I don't know. I just need somewhere that I can just relax and not think about a skinned body. Or demons.
Or both.
What about a skinned demon?
Oh, that would be a sight to see, wouldn't it?
That would be, yeah.
I
would
want to see that now.
Okay, let's go.
So you guys make your way towards the Firefly Bar Box, which is a sort of a tall, sort of a long building with a glass roof that kind of stretches its length. You can see various chimneys appearing from it with smoke and steam. The reception area is lavishly appointed and quite comforting. And as you enter, the half-elven girl that kind of sits behind the bed kind of looks up and goes, "Welcome to the Firefly." Oh.
Yeah.
Greetings. Welcome to the Firefly Bathhouse. How may I help?
Losing the title bath would be good.
And a drink if you
Sorry,
have
I've had a
one.
rough day.
It's
Yeah.
been an evening.
Certainly. I can have one of our bathrooms allocated to you. Just one moment, if you went, please. And she kind of disappears behind a sort of a net curtain.
Told you guys.
And about a minute later or so, she returns with a taller elven man dressed in very fine silk clothes. And he goes, "Welcome to the bathhouse. I hear you would like to hire one of our bathrooms for the evening.
Yeah.
Is this,
Yeah.
Is this as a group or individuals?"
Individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Individual.
I just slapped 15 gold on the table and I said, I don't care, just individual. I've spent enough time with these people today. I need some peace.
Certainly.
I assume that's enough.
He kind of like just takes the gold, doesn't really answer your question, and he goes, "Certainly, if you would follow me to our preparation room," and he kind of clicks his hands a couple of times.
That's ominous.
And the sort of the curtains that lead into the main bathhouse are kind of pulled aside by a couple of menials, and he leads you into a wood panelled room. The air is heavy with steam and moisture. You see bathrobes and towels laid out, and they're all crisp white linen. And there's a tiled wall kind of with piping kind of leaning out of it that look like showers. And he goes, "If you wouldn't all mind, it is company policy that all guests shower before entering the baths."
That's fine.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Your robes and towels are here. These are the keys to your individual bathrooms. And he kind of hands you each a key.
How big are the robes and towels? Because
You have to put it on backwards on
Yeah,
you, but like
you're-
a hostage down with
Hubert-
the open at the
yeah,
back.
As long as the towel can go around his waist.
There's definitely a sort of everybody gets like one robe and like one towel. There is a part where there are two towels, and kind of like the biggest robe that they have, which even for you is still too small.
Do the showers have any like screens or enclosings, or is it just all open?
No, the showers are all open. It's kind of like a row of like 4 showers, and you kind of get the sense that this is for like guests that just kind of like rinse themselves off quickly and then like get changed. They're definitely not designed for a group of people covered in blood.
In gunk.
Yeah, covered in blood and demon goo.
I'll just turn to him and go, look, I've spent the best part of the day killing demons. If any of this shit goes missing, normal people don't bother me. And I'll just start taking it off and I'll get in the shower.
He kind of goes, don't worry, sir. All your possessions will be taken and locked away securely within our safe.
Oh, well, that's good to know. John just takes off his armor.
Hubert will initially just wash with his clothes on.
Okay. It's fine.
Like to get rid of the gunk.
Chunks falling off.
Yeah.
He
Splat.
Oh,
he's definitely like keeping an eye on you guys, and kind of like you can see like as you start kind of washing the gunk and the goo off, like this lovely tiled section of the room starts to definitely get a layer of grease on it, and you can kind of see his face kind of.
This is like a luxury spot.
Yeah.
oh no.
As I'm washing, I'll turn to him and go,
Yeah, there's definite pain in his face as you guys ruin his showers.
I'll
don't
turn
look
to
at
him and go,
me,
oh,
Fred.
thank Chief Justice for the recommendation. It's lovely here.
I imagine Marina and Frey will be like, wait outside, and when the guys leave.
Yeah, probably. And then it comes
I
in and sees
mean-
all that,
Yeah,
and Marina's gonna.
Marina and Frey have been led to a similar room on the other
Okay.
side of
Okay.
the girls.
Oh.
Fair enough. Like otherwise, that's so awkward.
There's two. This is kind of split down. There's kind of like a long corridor that runs kind of down the middle that look like it's used for staff to kind of service all of the rooms, and the rooms are separate between boys and girls.
So yeah, once Hubert like rinses gunk off his clothes, he will just take them off and put them in a pile on the floor.
I like that Hubert's used the showers to like wash his clothes.
Well, yeah,
Like you though.
water. He doesn't know they're gonna wash his clothes.
Are they gonna wash our clothes?
You don't know. You presume.
We didn't ask, and we don't know. So I guess it's possible, but he'll just put them, and then he'll try to wrap one towel around his waist. Don't know if it's gonna work. But I imagine the bathrobe will be too tight on his arms.
The bathrobe is definitely made for somebody of your height.
Okay.
Because they service somebody of the size of the fur bulk. So the bathrobe is kind of like definitely serves someone of your height, but definitely not somebody of your bulk.
Okay.
So yeah,
it's kind
of like a little tight, but it's like you can just about squeeze into it.
But it's not gonna close properly, so I'll put the towels on first, and then that. And I don't know where I'm going. I've never been to this kind of place before.
Yeah, all of the keys have numbers on them.
The only bath that he's had was at the wizard's house.
I like that.
And that was a magical bath. This definitely isn't a magical bath.
Is the guy still watching us in horror?
You kind of like every now and then you see the little curtain kind of like pulled to, and like a little set of eyes kind of just like appear just to like stare at you.
That's so awkward.
As I see them appear next time, I was like, you may notice we've had a bit of a day, so if you could do anything with these and point to Hubert's clothes, that would be good, and there'll be a bit extra in it for you.
You kind of hear, certainly, sir. It's all in the service. You definitely get the sense that he really wishes you guys didn't walk into his establishment.
I'll shout back, I'll thank Chief Justice for the recommendation.
Gross. I am imagining the shower room. It's so gross.
Yeah, it
sounds grim.
It was lovely when you walked in. When you all
Pristine
leave to
marble
go,
tiles.
when you all leave to go to your kind of your baths, it's disgusting.
Ugh.
It's rank.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like it went like the ground went from white to brown and like
like weird, like for some reason mold started just like spontaneously growing.
Or it looks as though.
Yeah.
Oh look, the Kezuka. I don't think prestidigitation is going to fix that one.
Oh, maybe a little.
Yeah, well, that was a nice shower. Right, I'm going to go find this bath. That's what I'm going to do. And John picks up whatever clothes or armor he has and picks up a key, then walks off to find a bath.
You will eventually find... and the bathrooms are... they're kind of built a lot like saunas, one of these all wooden rooms. Instead of a bench and like a big pile of rocks, hot rocks that you pour water on, the center is just a large natural spring. The water is hot and relaxing, and as you kind of, and it looks like the interior of these springs has been molded somehow, so that there are kind of like seats in them. And as you all kind of sit in your individual natural hot spring, you feel the day's horror and worries kind of just melt away for a bit. And for a moment, you can almost forget what mission you're on, and what more horrors await for you in the future. Because for now, you are just sitting in a very relaxing, natural hot spring. Steam kind of slowly filling the space. It's very nice. And
I imagine Hubert falls asleep because he was unconscious just not so long ago.
that's fair. And after about 5 minutes of having you guys entered each of your baths, each of your baths, there's a sort of soft tap on the door, and a halfling kind of pokes their head around the door, and goes, would you care for some scented salts or soaps?
Sure.
We have elderberry, mint tulip, or winter rose.
John doesn't know what any of those things are.
Yeah, I think Hubert will struggle, and will just be like, Hubert, think you choose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, John doesn't really get all this like scent. He knows what soap is, but usually when he has a bath, it's just a bit of hot water, clear up the stuff off of you, and then just a bit of relax. He's not really used to the whole salts or soaps things. Like the whole idea of bath salts is completely new to him.
For those of you that kind of let the halfling choose, he picks the winter roses.
I think Marina.
Ray's actually in the bath. She's still in her robe, sitting on the edge just with her feet in.
Okay.
I think Marina probably also chooses Winter Rose. Feels like something applicable to her.
Nice. And you guys have about an hour in these hot springs before another kind of knock on the door comes, and the same halfling kind of pokes their head around each of your doors, and goes, you have about 5 minutes before the allotted time is up. You will find your clothes in the changing room. They have been laundered to the best of our ability. Thank you for choosing the Firefly Bathhouse.
Yeah, it's very nice. John just gets up out of the bath and just dries himself off, and then once he's dried, just makes his way to the changing room.
Okay. And the halfling was right. You find your clothes freshly laundered. Some of them are definitely more laundered than others. Sort of Marina's and Frey's and maybe Kez's, kind of those that managed to get the least amount of demon gunk on them and blood. They've definitely been cleaned the most. Hubert, John's, they've been cleaned, but there's definitely still stains on them.
Yeah, I'd imagine that. John wrestled the demon out of the sky.
There's a lot of stains on John. Like, you can tell it's been cleaned because it smells as if it's been cleaned, but there are giant stains on it.
Are the changing rooms like communal changing rooms?
They are, yeah.
Frey will pick up her stuff, walk back to the room, and get changed in there.
Okay.
She would have done something similar on the way in as well.
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like at this point we've all changed in front of each other at some point. Or
No.
probably.
Frey's very careful about this. It's not a privacy thing. It's the brand thing.
Yeah, it's the changing rooms are separate between male and female, but it's like a male communal changing room and a female communal changing room. And to be fair, you guys were the only ones in the bathhouse at the time. It was quite late, and not many people within the town can properly afford the bathhouse.
And they're going to have a late night trying to clean up our mess.
Yeah.
We go in at closing time.
As you guys kind of leave, the halfling girl that greeted you first, kind of half elf girl, that greeted you first, kind of smiles and goes, "Thank you. Do come again." But she has the look of "Don't come again."
Please don't come again.
Yeah. It's that very nice. My job means that I have to say "come again," but my face says, "Please, never come here again."
Not when I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys feel great after your sort of hour in the hot springs.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was.
I've still got a stain on here. Yeah.
What do you expect?
Prestidigitation. I'll try and clear as much as I can. Like, yeah, no, that was really nice. I don't know about you guys, but I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who fancies a drink?
Sleep. No. I think
Hubert
if I tried to drink anymore, I would die.
should we just head back to the inn and then
Yep.
tomorrow
Yep.
we can work out what we're doing and where we're going and how we're doing it?
Yeah.
And also maybe spend some of the money that we got?
Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas of what I want to buy.
Oh,
Me too.
that's never ended well.
Yeah, you guys head to the Merchant's Rest and have a very good sleep.
A long rest then.
Yeah,
Long rest. Oh, thank God. Oh, I need my hit points back.
Health! Health!
are
So
you
much health!
Oh, fuck you.
And
yeah. You awake the next morning, have a good hearty breakfast. And what would you guys like to do with your day?
I know the Chief Justice said stick around, but I feel we need to get a head start on finding these other places.
Yeah, I don't think she quite gets the situation of, like apocalypse and everyone will be dead.
You want to make contact with Master Tavern?
I can.
Oh, can I say hi? Can I?
No.
I'll
You're not gonna leave me here, are you?
no, but I'll sort this out.
Insight check.
Okay, I will cast sending to Master Tavern and say, Master Tavern, we are in Colton at the Merchant's Rest. We are still doing our work, but need to come to Novigrad. Could you possibly send Seth to teleport us there, if it's not too much trouble? We would really appreciate it. Please?
There's a momentary pause before you hear the voice of Master Tavern. He goes, "Of course, Marina. I was never that cross with you. Just a bit of a shock to see the kinds of friends you'd made, but I'm not surprised." And yeah, that's what he says.
Okay, sounds like he's gonna send Seth down to see us.
Cool.
Yeah.
How much time do we have?
He didn't say.
I wanted to see if I could get my sword enchanted with some kind of, I don't know, like frost damage or something.
Okay. I think. I guess maybe as long as one of us is here. Like, I can stay here and wait for Seth if you guys want to go and buy some stuff. I have like a simple list, so I'm happy to like give my money over to someone, maybe Kez or Marisk, if you help me out and grab a couple of things if you're going out already, or But otherwise, I'm happy to stay here and wait until Seth gets here, so that he doesn't just teleport into a random tavern where that might be strange.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Give us your list. We'll go shop.
Great. So
Cool. So,
yeah, I'll send a list to you because I can't remember what I wanted.
nice. So yeah, in terms of shopping, what is everybody looking for?
I was going to look for, because John got the only mithril armor in the last place, and I'm just going to see if there's any stock in this town. And that's it.
Okay. So, mithril armor.
Maybe some fancy arrows.
Fancy arrows. Okay.
I don't know.
Anybody else going shopping?
Frey's only requirement is cool magic ship.
Cool magic ship. Okay.
Yeah, and then Marina's just got a couple of. She's got a spell component, a couple of spell scrolls, and then some specific items. But yeah, as long as it's within the budget.
Let's also get some healing potions.
And yeah, basically anything
And
that's left
that.
over is going to be on healing potions.
That is a good idea. Yeah, Frey will take
Yeah.
some of those.
So, all right.
I'll ask
Okay.
Hubert if he's happy for me to get a potion for him out of his pot. So it'll be useful if you ever go down again, you can use your potion.
Is there any way to learn healing magic?
Yeah, by becoming a cleric, bard, druid.
There is a feat.
Okay,
There
without
is a
doing
fee.
that,
There is
is there an easy way I can buy healing magic? It's really my question.
pretty much just through potions. The only item I know that does healing magic is the Staff of Healing, but it requires attunement by a bard, cleric, or druid.
Yeah,
Um,
that makes sense. That's
yeah.
annoying. I just want to be able to not die. I just want to be immortal. Can I purchase immortality? 1,400 gold.
Not for 1,400 gold. No.
You'd have to make probably a pact with the Warlock patron for that.
Well, if you see one, let me know.
Yeah. I think.
Okay, so for those of you going shopping, there's not a lot in Colton. It's primarily a mining town. And so a lot of the shops are geared towards that particular industry.
What do they mine specifically?
It's they do mine some precious gems, though not a lot. It's yeah, it's precious gem. They mine a bit of gold. The heart spire it's mainly used for a material known as Crete rock, which is this sort of unique stone only found in the north, and a lot of northern capitals have been built out of it, and that's mainly what they mine here is Crete rock, or rock Crete. It's kind of interchangeable, the words of it. But yeah, that's mainly what they mine. But every now and then they find a deposit of precious gems, or a sort of a vein of gold or silver, and they'll mine that for a bit, and then they'll go right back to their main the main export.
Nice.
There are the odd blacksmith, but they don't really sell weapons or armor. It's kind of more mining equipment. There's no magic shop. It's not that kind of town. It's not a major trade city. It's kind of off the beaten road a bit. So yeah, unfortunately, you guys. There is a general store where you possibly could find simple spell components. But
cool. I think I might just wait until we're in Novigrad to do most of mine then.
Fair enough.
I might do.
The only thing I think I might be able to get here if they do mine gold is I need to get my hands on a gold inlaid vial, which is worth at least 400 gold pieces.
Yeah, you'd be able to pick that up here.
Cool.
There is a shop that kind of makes various things from the gold that's mined here that's not turned into coins. And yeah, you're able to pick that up.
Cool. I'll mark 400 gold off and just have that noted. So Marina will take that and then get a just like pick up a random little pebble, put it inside, put a little bit of water inside, and then burn some paper and put the ashes inside, and that becomes her component for her summon elemental spell.
Nice.
But the rest
Very specific.
It's yeah, it has it requires a gold inlaid vial of 400 gold containing air, a pebble, some ash, and some water to constitute the 4 elements.
Does that get consumed?
Nope.
Oh,
It's
cool.
just a one-time purchase, and then I can summon elementals for all of the times.
Oh dear.
Are there any places we could buy healing potions at all?
Yeah, there is a shop that has a very limited supply of healing potions. It's a sort of a very basic alchemist's shop.
Probably want to buy them out.
And
Yeah.
he has. Let me just see how many. He has 2 healing potions. Just the basic.
Ones. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just the standard healing potions. So that would be 100 gold for both of
Kick in
them.
the teeth. Okay. I can keep track of them. And then if we do something, I'll take the 2 for now, and then see if we can get more in Novigrad.
Okay. You guys finish up your shop, and as you're kind of returning to the Merchant's Rest marina, there is a familiar crackle in the air, and the kobold form of Seth kind of tumbles out of the air, crashing through a table, and kind of like brushes himself off and goes,
Hi, sir.
Greetings, Marina. Are you and your friends ready? Because I've got the chalk. And he kind of reaches into his quite nice suit and brings out a bit of chalk. He's like, I've been practicing. He looks very happy with himself.
No, it's really good. I think we're all ready to go. There wasn't a huge amount that we could do today in the city. Hang on, I'm just going to leave a note behind the bar, and she's going to just take out a piece of parchment and write a note and give it to the barkeep, which basically just says, apologies, we had to leave quite early this morning. Please feel free to send a message through sending or other means, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Marina Woodleaf, and hand it to the barman and ask the barman to pass it over to the Chief Justice if and when they come in.
Okay.
Is the table he crashed through, is it broken? Did it like
No.
did it break? Okay,
No,
so
it's
fine.
just cracked. He just kind of like knocked it over.
Oh, okay. All right.
And Seth kind of like looks at all of you and goes, right, if you're ready to go, just give me a moment. And he kind of starts to draw the circle with the chalk, and you can see him mumbling to himself. And he's and about 10 minutes later, he kind of looks at all of you and he goes, right, if you want to be ready, I finished this mark and then we're off. Ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And he kind of does a final like little sweep with his hand. And there is a blinding flash as the teleportation circle activates. You will run through it, and there is that sense of the air being punched out of you. The floor vanishes from under your feet before reappearing in a different place entirely, and you will find yourself in the well-appointed office space of Master Temperance Tower. Seth kind of is the last through. He goes, I believe Master Temperance is, I think he's downstairs waiting for you. Can't quite remember where he said he'd be meeting you. I was kind of trying to remember what to do when I reached you.
I'm sure it's fine. We'll go find him, and I'm sure he'll explain.
Let's get back to me duties then.
Okay.
And he kind of goes off whistling to himself.
Thank you.
Is downstairs really a thing in a wizard's tower? Isn't it all just sort of everywhere at all times?
I mean, it's a complicated subject. I guess it's kind of relative. To get to him, we do the act of going down the stairs, but whether or not the space that we're entering is actually downstairs from where we are now is debatable.
I thought we went up the stairs.
That's confused. So are
we
we
went
going
downstairs to get out?
right? Are we going up or down?
Did he say up or down? I forgot.
So you would know that the space that Master Temperance circle appears in is sort of this spacious office space with a set of stairs that lead down, and that kind of leads to a general meeting area where the front door is, because it's not really a front door, because it also acts as a doorway to the rest of the tower, because he twists it and then it's like he kind of twists it, the knob, a certain direction, and it opens into the entrance with all the moving paintings, and that's where the big upstairs is, where where the stairs kind of act a little strange. So it is actually downstairs for you.
Okay, so.
But yeah, when talking about Wizard's Tower, it is all kind of relative. Like, this is technically upstairs, and you are technically going downstairs. But if you wanted to get into the tower proper, you kind of move sideways.
Yeah.
That's too complicated for John.
Don't worry about it. You don't ever have to worry or know about this stuff. If I ever make a tower, then I'll have to like really think about it and look into the mechanics of it all. But for the time being, let's just go to where he is.
Man, if I ever made a tower, it would have a bar room on every floor, and a fight room in the bar room where you could gamble. Oh, it'd be amazing. You'd love it.
You lose your mind, your life, and your money.
Exactly. What else do you want?
Let's go find Master Tappinth.
Yeah, let's go and find Master Tappinth. It's been a weird day.
And downstairs in the same room where you first met Master Tappinth, he's kind of standing waiting for you. And he goes, "Welcome back."
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, what up, dude?
Greetings. I believe you wish to discuss something with me? Or were you merely using this as a little travel stop?
It's, I guess, more the latter, though we have uncovered some new things which might be of interest to you to discuss. But part of our investigation has indicated something that might be in the city here, and we needed to get here quickly to be able to find it. It's was called a divine lock. I don't know if that means anything to you, but apparently there are 4 of them, and we found one in Colton, but we were unable to prevent it from being unlocked. So there's 3 more, and we need to stop them from being unlocked.
The moment you mention divine lock, Master Tappinth is not a particularly emotional person out. He's not one to show much emotion, especially around strangers. But when you mention divine lock, you see a look of worry and sadness and sort of the expression of, "Oh, this is what you've been investigating." He kind of goes, "I had hopes that they weren't connected, but well, the truth would have to come out sooner or later. I suppose now's as good as time is. Best not speak here. Best speak somewhere more private."
What about a tavern?
I mean, this is way more private than a tavern, but what?
A private room in a tavern.
Do you mean you and me talk, or all of us talk?
You almost got killed by a demon yesterday. I feel like if you have information relevant to the subject matter, we're all entitled to hear it.
That is a good point. I did tackle a demon, and then a bunch of shit went upside down, and then I tackled him again.
This is something that
It was very cool.
This is
How would
something
I know?
that
I
you
was
should...
unconscious. You should let me fucking die.
But it was very cool.
This is something that if you are all investigating this, then you should all hear. But this room is not as secure as others within my town.
Okay.
So, if you wouldn't mind following me.
Okay.
And he leads you through the front door that's not a front door into the large the large entrance hall that leads to the rest of Master Tablet's Tower, you see the same moving paintings that you did last time, and there is that same almost infinitely tall spiral staircase. Master Tablet leads you up, and you appear to walk until finally you reach a level, and you see 10th floor marked on it. And he leads you through the door into an oak-paneled room. There's a fireplace with padded chairs facing the hearth. Mounted above the fireplace is a stag's head. There's an oak table between them, a small oak table with what looks to be a crystal cask of wine with crystal goblets. There's a chandelier hanging above a cloth-covered table surrounded by chairs. Bookcases line the oak-panelled walls. Everyone kind of walks in and takes one of the seats. Marina, and I told you when we first started working together that I was sent here to simply keep an eye on the wider world and to try to fill it with knowledge.
Yeah, I remember.
I'm afraid I wasn't being entirely honest. When the calamity was over and the gods retreated behind the Infinity Gates, closing themselves and their realm off from the material plane, they left behind them locks designed by themselves with help from the mightiest of the dragons to ensure that something like the calamity never happened again. Most were buried deep underground, forgotten by the rest of the world. Only the dragons and the gods that made them knowing their location and their purpose.
These cultists know their locations. We found a map. We know that one was here. We knew that we found the one in Colton. The other two are on here as well.
It seems that not all men forgot. 50 years ago, there was a breach in one of the defenses. We got word through our many spies and agents that one of the locks had been found and attempted to be broken. So I was sent to guard it. I constructed my tower on top of it, and ever since have sworn to defend it.
You were sent here?
Wait, so the lock is in the tower? Or below the tower?
The lock is within my tower complex.
Don't tell me it's the dragon.
It's
Tell me it's been
the
guarded by
dragon,
the
isn't
dragon.
it?
Oh Christ! It's
He
not.
kind of,
It's the dragon, isn't
he
it?
kind of like cocks his head a bit and goes, "It helps to have a creature like that on hand.
That's your guard dog.
I can't tell you.
God.
Pretty damn
dragon.
effective, don't you think?
I'm afraid I can't tell you which floor it is on.
5th floor last time.
Nothing's consistent here, I'd imagine.
Hmm.
Well, we start with one and we try all of them until we find it.
Well, okay.
Why do we want to find it?
What,
We want to keep it hidden.
Well, you know, well,
these-
if the dragon's guarding it, then and if it's
Oh
in
no, he
mu-
doesn't know where it is. If he were to find out where it was, he'd attempt to unlock it himself. He's
Okay.
a good deterrent.
I don't.
So if the lock is in your tower and you live here and you're a super cool badass wizard dude, I guess that means we don't really have to worry about the lock here and can then go look for another lock which may not be guarded elsewhere.
I mean, I feel.
Am I on the right track?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they would have a hard time getting into the tower, and then if you were here protecting it, even more so. But they don't seem to have an issue with numbers. And it's possible they might just keep throwing things at you until they break through. If there is one here. Is there a way to relock one of them when it's been unlocked?
Scratches his chin and goes, "They are powerful artifacts, these locks. They take an enormous amount of energy and power to unlock them in the first place.
See.
To lock them would require something of equal value, which, let me see this map you found.
Okay, yeah, sure, she'll pull out the map.
And he kind of goes, "Which one did you say was unlocked?" This,
Colton.
he kind of goes and kind of mumbles a few things under his breath. And he goes, "Well, I have perhaps good news and bad news.
Bad
And
news?
more bad news.
Oh,
We get more and more bad news all the time.
never
The-
any good news.
The good news is
There you go, there's some good news.
There we go.
I wouldn't worry too much about the lock under Colton.
Okay.
Okay.
The bad news is the lock. The bad news is that there are far more you need to be worried about. You see, when they were designed, there were originally 5 created. 5 main locks spread throughout the continent. 2 were placed in the north, One was placed within the borders of the Kingdom of Reister, one within the borders of the Nasari Empire, and the final one on the island known as Ruskin.
Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
I'm not, no.
But there's 5. These guys only seem interested in 4.
And they all seem to be in the north.
This is where the more bad news comes in.
Here we
There
go.
were more minor locks created and spread out to anchor certain points. This map shows 2 main locks and 2 of these minor locks. And though it only shows the north, I have no doubt if your cult is determined to unlock them, that there are cells further south attempting to unlock ones further south. I can show you a map.
Yeah.
Somewhere around here, and he goes over to one of the bookcases and he kind of pulls out a scroll and unravels this huge map of the continent, and he kind of scratches a few draconic runes around the side, and the map glows, and you see a lattice work begin to cover the continent itself, anchored by 5 large large glowing runes. One in Novigrad, one in Ironwood, one in a city down in the Kingdom of Reister, which, Marina, you would know just by looking at the map of the continent, would correspond to the Kingdom of Kirk's Ground. One slightly to the west in the city that would be known as Linrel, which is in the Empire. And then another one kind of in the middle of Ruskin. And there are lots of other sort of little minor dots.
So
When you said bad news, you weren't kidding, were you? Jesus.
there's
No,
that's a lot of ground to cover. We might have to look into finding a more effective means of transport. But Master Tyrant, you know my visions, the ones that I've had, and it's kind of been plaguing me a little bit. A thought about them. If they succeed and they unlock these locks, would that pull part of or all of the Immaterium into our plane?
if they were successful in unlocking the 5 major anchors, the Infinity Gate would crack open.
And the planes would bleed together.
The planes would merge as they once were, and the second calamity would begin. Only this time, nobody would be prepared for it. On the side that was prepared, and I'm guessing you all can guess that side, would come out on top.
This is the worst I've ever felt about being right about something.
So, you said you were sent here to guard this lock thing. Who the hell sent you, and are there others guarding the other locks? I guess that's a million gold question is, are we alone in this? The, 7 of us versus all these factions of a crazy apocalyptic cult?
I was sent to guard just this one lock. This was the lock my people sensed the breach at. It was the only major lock. The minor ones we weren't too concerned about. It doesn't matter how many of those get unlocked, the Infinity Gate could never open. Only minor portals to whatever plane the person who broke this lock wished, and they could be easily closed by local officials.
We've seen some, I guess, similar stuff to that.
Which is why the one in Colton, which I gather is a minor lock, I'm not too concerned about.
When it was unlocked, it was unlocked by a Vrock who said that the first lock had been opened.
I imagine he was talking about one of these 5 major ones, which means there are 4 left.
Okay, how do we stop that?
Master Tabrin.
Yes.
Do you know anything about the Infinite Maze?
I do, yes. Why
Is
do
that
you
related? Or is it related to these locks in some way?
We found some of the cultists, and they had a gate stone here. Frey has it, I think. It's a stone that can send you to the Infinite Maze.
He kind of looks at the... Do you hand the stone over?
I sort of hold it up. I don't
Okay.
hand it over unless he...
He kind of puts on a pair of spectacles, wired rim, and he kind of stares at it for a little bit. And he goes... It was said that there were a band of human guardians hired by the gods and the first dragons to help guard the divine locks. And they constructed a way of traversing between the points quickly and secretively. And eventually they branched out to minor locks so that all the continent may be protected. It was said to be a maze just under the surface.
Well, that explains how they're getting around. I guess if we
It would, if the cult have somehow tapped into this infinite maze, it would explain how they're able to move so quickly between locks. Why?
So it was designed by the protectors of the locks to easily navigate to them.
Yes,
Now being
well,
utilized by the enemy. So do you know what happened to these protectors?
vanished into their very creation, it was said.
Was one of them De Silva?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay. We found a wizard's house, and she was experimenting with time magic.
No, my people were the original protectors, the dragons, but we couldn't defend the locks and the gate.
Do you know if there's anything that exists that when we have this stone, is there another more reliable way to enter the maze that you're aware of?
No, not that I'm aware of. So,
Do you know anything about these stones and how they can be either obtained or created?
or something. He kind of looks apologetically at you and goes, "It was said only the makers could had that knowledge."
So guess we all better start praying.
Okay, and I mean, it's called a maze. Does that mean that? And you said the people who created it were lost in it. Does that mean if we, by some accident, managed to activate the stone and all got whipped to the infinite maze, they might have a hard time there?
Possibly. Not much is known about it. They were rather secretive bunch of people. They took their job rather seriously and didn't trust anybody. They kept themselves to themselves.
Do you have any leads about anywhere we might be able to find out more, or anyone who might know more?
They were apparently they came from within the Twilight Woods. At least that's the legend. The realm now ruled by the Drow. Apparently they originated from deep within that mysterious dark place.
The humans, the protectors.
Yes.
Is that a real place that we know, or is?
Yeah, no. The Twilight Wood is a place. You'd be familiar with it. I mean, you'd have heard of it, Kez, being from where you are.
It's the north of the spine of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sort of this. It's kind of talked about in hushed tones as a place you stay quite far away from. It's it's weird and magical and ruled by Drow.
Thank you.
Yes. We can find these locks, but I don't know what we do when we get to them.
Bury them under the ground?
They're likely
Already underground?
They're
So we
likely
bury
already.
them under the ground.
Yeah, they're under the ground, but
If they've been around for so long, why has no one made an attempt to destroy them? Why are you sitting on top of one? Why have you not destroyed it?
Destroying them is as good as breaking them.
Yeah.
They must be kept intact, otherwise the gate could be opened at any time.
Oh, well, good call on the not destroying the one in the other place then.
Yep. Well, if that was a minor, yeah, either way, yeah, it's still good. So,
I can.
Hmm.
I might be able to give you something that might help secure a lock. It won't be able to. If it is already open when you find it, it won't be able to close it. But if you can get to it before it's open, it would make opening it almost impossible.
Okay.
And he goes over to a small wooden box buried deep in one of the bookcases.
Oh, someone's.
Oh. And he kind of pulls it out and brings a key from around his neck. Are we all back?
Yeah, I think we're all back in.
Cool.
And I've just readjusted. We should be in the right spots. Yeah.
Nice. And unlocks this little box, and inside he pulls out what looks like sort of the handle of a key. At first, it doesn't look like it has any kind of end with the teeth on it. But as he starts to walk towards you and it kind of moves in his hand a bit, you see that it seems to shimmer almost, as if the end is there, but slightly incorporeal. And he kind of hands it to you, Marina.
Okay.
And he goes, hold this up to one of the locks that is closed. Place it in the center of the archway and tap. You may have to burn some energy to properly activate it, but if you do that, it should buy us the time we need. I will need to report this to my superiors. Get the word out.
Okay. I can do that. I can do that.
And once he's handed the key over to you, he kind of looks to the rest of the party and sort of draws himself up a bit more. And he goes, you six are the first to hear of these secrets outside of my people in nearly 500 years. I would ask you be careful with this information. And know that whether you like it or not, whether you agree or disagree with me and the way my people have done things, you are now a part of it. And are likely our only hope in solving it. I wish you good luck. I know that whatever I can do to help, we shall have it. And that's where we're going to end.
All right.
All right.
That was tense.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. To everyone watching, thank you for joining us on this very quite intense episode.
Yeah.
We are Wayfarers League, and you can come find us at wayfarersleague.com to find links to our Discord and all of the events that we have going on. If you're watching this on Twitch, thank you for watching. Please remember to follow and subscribe. We are working towards our next stretch goal of 20 subscribers. So if you can subscribe, please do. You can subscribe through your Amazon Prime account for free. So please don't hesitate on that one. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment on the video to help boost our channel there. Everything helps, and as we are still continuing to build our channel, we really appreciate all the support you guys give us. But I think for now, thank you all for watching, and have a good evening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi, everyone.